He believes he can cure you by sticking needles in your tongue.
Sir Ronald Saunders,
back,
a noted CARICOM diplomat, once recently suggested something which I know about to ask.
Time to find out if tongue
based on the fact we
acupuncture
need
really
foreign
can
exchange
cure
and that
Rapture's chronic back
agro-processing is seen
pain.
as a
Our
path
therapist is
of
Professor Sun Ji Guan.
getting back to
针灸呢
how，we're
在中
accustomed.
国有2000多年的历史。
What about
那么在舌上治病，一个形成一个完整的体系，通过现代科学研究，定上一些穴位，这是我的发明。
It's very
California,
difficult
Canada,
for me to understand
Colorado,
how you
places where it
can
is
diagnose
used for
and then
medical
treat
purposes.
anywhere on my body simply by looking and then poking my tongue with a needle.
Professor Sun believes the tongue is a map of the body's entire meridian system, the network that controls the flow of qi or energy around the body. And by treating it with an acupuncture needle, he believes he can cause a physical change in different parts of the body.
It's not going to. If you allow it to grow freely all over the
很
place.
明显，这里
And
这
they
边
are
就
so
背，
advanced now in the
觉得
technology.
痛没
They
痛
have？
痛不痛？
So you are experiencing
of
very painful.
kinds of
when I go back,
different
it's
varieties
like
of
really
they have
sharp
some marijuana you can smoke
Tongue
and don't get you high.
acupuncture is an
They
extraordinary
have
idea,
marijuana with
even
that
to someone as
that they have
open-minded as
genetically
Rapture.
modified to
Starting to
put
have
in
some doubts.
to give a perfume scent.
Really?
They have so many different varieties now.
Professor
I'm
Sun
afraid
focuses his
that
treatment
even
on
if it were
tiny
to have,
swellings that he believes
extinct,
correspond to back pain.
Economic value to it. That we have so missed it, but we are so far behind in that technology that I don't know that we'll be able to catch up now. The Americans are very clever at these things,
But
so they have
has
gone
it
ahead
had
and
any
they have.
effect?
I saw a documentary on National Geographic. I could not believe it. I know marijuana is, marijuana,
that's
you know, they've got a
freaking
couple
weird.
of varieties around.
serious?
But not that I trade in that kind of stuff. But you hear the talk around the place, you read it in the paper. They even got what
do
Beijing
that
Green,
again?
I think they got
And
it.
there's
But so
No, man, it
but
was
I
sharp,
didn't know
and
that,
I'm being
that
honest.
this thing is now grown now in greenhouses.
I don't know what to think. This looks really impressive, and I know you are an honest man, so I know you wouldn't
I never knew that
deliberately
until I saw the
mislead me.
documentary. It was
I know
really
that.
eye-opening. But that's not something that we.
Show me again. Do that motion again.
What we have to do, Ian,
And you know what?
is that we know what works for us.
It's gone, man.
And we
How
have
many
to
times
improve the quality
would
of the
Rapture
products
need
that we
these
produce.
tongue treatments to
How far apart?
He
and
said
how
one
far
of the
apart
mistakes that
do you reckon to be completely cured?
一般的呢，也可以一天做2次的。根据情况不好说，所以我不好定就几次能好，但是起码1次比1次好，也可能3、5天，也可能10天8天就好。
Wow.
The result seems remarkable,
In the sense that
but
every
is it
time you
placebo
do
effect?
an adjustment,
So you went into the treatment not believing in the treatment, and you come out of the treatment
it
thinking,
is a cause.
There's something to it, but we have to
Either
wait.
collect it and give it back,
I
or
see.
you don't collect
good
it.
point. Do it one more time, man, just for me. Any pain?
Presents a challenge.
I'm
We
really
believe that
trying to
the
focus, and I feel
that the current exemptions are
Nothing.
adequate in relation to the
this is the most miraculous
There may
thing
be some
I've seen since I've been here next
adjustments
to
that have been made in terms of
Jake getting
taking
his
out
smell
some
back.
items and
I'm having
replacing them with
difficulty
items,
working out
particularly
what just went on in there. Now, rationally, Western, scientifically, skeptically, there is no reason why jabbing something in someone's tongue is going to cure back pain.
But in
It
terms
just
of their blanket
doesn't make
expansion
sense.
of that basket.
Maybe I just need to get to a place where I can accept that things don't make
It's really the
sense.
timing when they delivered it, when we got
Whether
it,
it was a
analysis that
miracle
being done,
cure or
but
trick
the
of the
government
mind,
has put its
something
position
happened in
on
Professor
the
Sun's
table. We
office.
have announced it to
Only
the country.
time will tell.
What our course of action is. Now, of course, nobody wants to, people seem to think that there's some rejoicing that somebody has brought out party hats and noisemakers and are rejoicing in the corridors of government headquarters because people have to go home. That is not true. This is a very painful decision for the government. It certainly is a very painful decision for me because there are probably members of my family working in the government, most likely, more likely than not, who may very well be among the 3,000 if it comes to pass. So it is not something that we are rejoicing about. And we held on to public sector jobs against much criticism, against much abuse in Barbados. And I smile when I hear people talking. You know one of the things that amaze me? Some of the people who are now crying crocodile tears for the people in the need. program were the Hague people who were saying week in, week out that the first set of people you should send home is the people working in the NEAT program. Let me explain to you how the NEAT program came about. Because the Democratic Labour Party get blamed for a lot of this. The NEAT program did not start as any crash program for work, for people to find political jobs, as was said. That was a welfare to work program. We actually went into the welfare department. It was started under Dennis Lowe, the Honorable Dennis Lowe, when he was Minister of Social Care. I became Minister of Social Care after. We selected the people off the welfare roll with the intent of giving them a 2 or 3 day or 4 day job in government to wean them off the public welfare system, to build their confidence, to give them an opportunity to participate in the mainstream of the economy. And we were slaughtered up and down Barbados for doing it. That is how that program started. It is unfortunate that the financial situation does not allow us, and we made it clear. In fact, for those who have been around long enough, and you stretch your memory, you will remember that a big meeting was held at the Lloyd Erskine 71st Center, where those workers were brought in, and they were addressed by the Prime Minister and the ministers connected, MTW and Social Care. And they were told why the program was being done. And it had an outstanding rate of success, where over the first period, from 2008, I believe, to 2012, only 1 person dropped out. And that was because of illness. That is why that program was done. And we did that to give dignity to people in Barbados. So when people are talking about, and I make the point that it was always known by the majority of those workers, if not all of them, that this was contract work. This is work that was not permanent, built into government, but it was a program to help people transition from welfare to work. So when we were being slaughtered about this, as we were slaughtered, or we have been slaughtered for a number of programs in this country, but people simply do not understand. You see that program about bus fares for school children? There are a lot of people in Barbados who, even though you tell them, still pretend they don't understand. But that had nothing to do with any political gimmick. That had to do with saving a class of young people in this country who were under fundamental threat from forces out to do evil rather than good. I can't say it specifically because I am sworn to secrecy when I was a member as Minister of Foreign Affairs of the National Security Council. But I can tell you that if we did not intervene in that particular way, the public of Barbados would have seen some things in Barbados. People who know, but the vast majority of people don't know what was going on in bus stands in Barbados, and how people's children are being ferried in and out of this country for prostitution and drugs. So when people talk about these programs, let me tell you something. They just sit down and don't willy-nilly think that we doing this to get votes. That is not how that program started, and it's not how the NEAT program started. And I'm saying a government that has a heart, made up of people who have heart, and who are interested in the development of their own country and development of the people in their country, will take decisions to protect those people. Sometimes those decisions most times those decisions have costs. Yes, and sometimes we have to pay for it. Sometimes we have to make adjustments to bring them to an end, or to shift them or reformulate them, find ways in which we can take the burden off the state. But at the juncture where you are dealing with policy, at the juncture, and you have to make those decisions, you make them because it is in the best interest of everybody in the country.